Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me once again. Here we are a few days before Christmas. It's exciting. Lots of amazing things have happened in this last week. Oh my goodness. Just all the announcements, free memberships and how you can have your annual membership fee waived and all this stuff. I mean, just crazy stuff that's been going on. It's awesome. Awesome announcements, awesome things going on. Getting ready for 2019. It's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be so fun. Now, just remember, those of us that have been around for a long time, we know we know what's coming. There's a lot of stuff that's been talked about, rumored about, and stuff. And yeah, there's some cool stuff going on. Our CEO, Darren, he's been working behind the scenes on a lot of cool stuff, and we're going to probably see some of those amazing announcements over the next 10 days or so here until the end of the year. We know that there's been some work going on with the public company PRTT and some of the announcements that they've made that have to do with some of the cool technologies that Dave Childs has put together, his blockchain with CompChain and some of that. And at the end of the day, we're all kind of together in this, and you can read between the lines and read the press releases and see what they're doing. And there's going to be some more big press release announcements over the next few days and weeks and stuff. And it's just going to get really fun. So, when we talk about NUI right now, right, the goal is to talk about NUI and what it is, just the basics, right? The basics of NUI. This is what we got right now. This is how we can make money. This is what we can take advantage of. And then when these other things come out, the projects that are being worked on, things that behind the scenes and stuff that will be added at some point. That just makes it the icing on the cake, right? It's just 2019 is going to be awesome when all these things start coming out. But right now, what do we got? I mean, where else can you find a opportunity, an opportunity to really change your lifestyle that where there's no forced auto ship, right? There's no it's not $200 to join, and it's not $150 to $200 per month and all that to get what trading tips, forex advice and stuff like that, or to buy a whole bunch of product that you probably really aren't going to use. Or I've been there, I've done that. I bought product over a product that just kind of sits in my drawer or sits in the garage or something in the basement, and I never get to use it. I've done that. I've been in companies where I've paid $100 to $150 a month for a service that I actually never used, right? Because I was just always in it for the money, right? It was just the comp plan was the product. Let's just be honest, right? The comp plan was the product. The people. That's what's so sad about some of these companies is that they sell this product, so they're technically legal, right? The service or whatever, but the people aren't in it for that. They're not in it for the actual product, right? It's less than 10% of the people involved that actually use the product, that actually log in and do it. The majority, all they're doing is they're just out there building the business. They're just out there selling the story and making their money, right? It'd be really fascinating to see if they actually logged in and used their product sometime, which is sad. It's anyway, but we won't go there. We'll just talk about what is NUI, why NUI is so amazing. And if you think about it, what do we got? We have free memberships right now. Free membership, right? Not free customers, actual free members. From now until January 31st, it is free to join NUI. Wow. Right? Holy cow. If you understand how the compensation plan works inside of NUI, you understand that is amazing, because basically our requirement is to get 10 people to unlock the 10 levels of the matrix. If you don't have your 10 people, now's the perfect time. Go get them. Go get your 10 people, because it's free. Okay, it's free. Go get yourself 10 tier qualified right now. Take advantage of this, right? If you've been in and some of your people have gone inactive and they're just, they've disappeared, now's the perfect time to go replace them, right? Get new people to replace the ones that have gone inactive on you so that you can be 10 tier qualified. Holy cow. No, why wait? What, don't don't wait. This is awesome. This is so much better. For those who've been in since the Divi days, back when we had it was just $25 to join, right? 200,000 people joined in less than 45 days because of that amazing price point, right? And here we are. We're even better. We're even better than that. It's free. And not only is it free, but they've announced that as long as you maintain, for those that have already been in, $50 worth of GigaHash, and for those coming in now, $100 worth of GigaHash, you will never have to pay an annual renewal. Your annual renewal is waived, gone, right? Isn't that amazing? You think about it. So you buy $100, right? One time. It's, you don't have to, it's not $100 a month or anything. You buy your $100 worth of GigaHash, okay? And then it's $30 of hosting fees, right? To cover the electricity and cooling, all that stuff they got to do for the machines, right? The rigs. And as long as you maintain that, what's happening? Number one, you're getting paid on $100. It's approximately 3,000 calls per month, right? Cool. Okay. So at 2 cents, how much is that? I'd have to do the math, but I'm not good at math. But anyway, it's cool, right? It more than covers your hosting. Let's put it that way. And then on top of that, if you go and you actually do this as a business, okay, which it is, and you get 3 people, then your hosting is now covered. It's 3 is better than free because you're making $10 from each of the 3 people that you brought in as a commission, right? They're buying a product, you're paying their hosting, and you're getting a commission on that hosting of $10 each. Plus, there's another amount that goes into the matrix, and so you got your direct commission, you got your matrix commission, and it's more than $30. So with 3, it's better than free. So you're making the money from the call. You're making the money from having a team that's buying, their hosting each month, and it all works out. It's awesome, right? So no forced auto ships, right? No super expensive, no worries about, oh, what if I don't, get my 3? Now I'm on the hook for another $200 this month, and that kind of stuff. Wow, no, this is so accessible. That's what I love about it. Free memberships right now, and as long as you buy the product and you maintain it, you're earning, and they're going to waive that annual fee. And if you go and build a team, then you got 3, and now yours is better than free. You're in profit that quick. Hello. There's no other better opportunity out there. There's not. There's just not. This is amazing. It's amazing what's going on. So I highly recommend you take advantage of this, because at the end of the day, or the end of the year, right? It's 2018. We only got 9 more days left in the year. What is the secret? What is the secret? Well, we know that Robert Kiyosaki taught us with his cash flow quadrant that if you are always depending on just doing something yourself, you will never get ahead. You will always be on the left side of the quadrant. You'll always be limited. You'll have linear income, okay? Because it's based on what you can do in a 24-hour period. We only have 24 hours in a day. That's it. That's it. That's all we got, okay? So if I'm depending on just me, then I've got to either, to increase my money, I've got to either get a raise in my job, which is not easy, or I got to get a second job, so I'm eating into my fun time or my sleep time, right? I'm just limited. Or even if I'm a professional, right, self-employed or something, and if I'm a doctor, I can only see so many patients per day. If I'm a lawyer, I can only have so many clients per day. I'm limited to what I can do. The only way to make more, the only way to have financial freedom is to get on the right side of the quadrant, which is where you are a business owner or an investor, right? And once you make it over there, then you can do like Warren Buffett taught, that you find a way to make money in your sleep or you will work until you're dead. Okay. So we've got to do that. We got to find a way to get to the right side of the quadrant. And the only way to do that is building a business. Okay. You can't think, oh, I'm just going to come in and do this, as a customer. And you could, and if you're, I guess if you're totally decide, hey, I'm a professional, I'm doing this thing, and I'm cool, I got my career. Okay, that's fine. Be a customer and just get the Gigahash and take advantage of that. But that's kind of you're still getting to the right side of the quadrant because that's the investor side, right? You're finding assets, you're finding things that will produce for you while you sleep, right? So that's good. So you can still do that. And that's what's cool about the NUI product, right? The Gigahash and Terahash stuff is that it lets you do that. But you also will be well served if you treat it like a business, okay? If you say, yes, I am proud of this. I think it's a great idea. I think this is cool. And now you become an influencer, right? And that's what people do. There's big influencers like James LeBron, and he can go out and do a tweet to his millions of followers, and Papa John's will pay him $100,000. There's but there's also little people. They're little 10-year-olds on YouTube who get millions of followers on their little baking channel, and or they're doing toy reviews, right? And they're making millions of dollars every year from advertising revenue from YouTube, right? Because they're influencers and people want to see, it's cute to see the kid do his little toy review, right? And so that's what we can do. We can get out of the mindset of that I got to work so many hours a day and get a paycheck and figure out how to increase, right? If we want to keep working, that's cool. But figure out how to have that extra income coming in on the side, right? So that when you get to retirement, you actually have something, okay? And you're not dependent on Social Security. So that is the secret. Let's utilize this. Let's become business owners. Let's acquire assets. Let's get into the investment world. Let's figure all this out so that we can protect ourselves, so we can have that extra money, so that we don't have to work until we're dead, okay? And if we do that, we can actually do it faster. We can accelerate it if we leverage, right? That's the key to all of this, leveraging. And what I mean by leveraging is, actually building a team, right? That's what we're doing. We're leveraging the work of our whole team to increase our results, okay? So what does that mean? That means going out there and actually sharing this, right? Being an influencer, building a network, okay? Monetize our network, and then we can actually have more success, okay? So want to leave you, or no, well, I'm not done, but here's a thought, right? Here's a thought for Christmas, for the end of the year, getting into 2019 and everything that it means. So there's a story where I heard this actually just last week. One of my colleagues at work told it to me, and it really got me thinking. And I thought, this applies perfectly to what we're doing right now. He said, and this he said came from his family history, where I guess one of his ancestors wrote in his journal, right? And he said he was a cowboy, okay, and back in the 1800s, and he was riding his horse, and all of a sudden he heard a voice. He heard a voice coming from heaven, basically, right? And probably like the voice of God or who knows what. But he said he heard a voice, and the voice said, "Get off your horse, go over there by the riverbed, and grab some stones, right? Pick up some stones, so pick up some pebbles and whatnot, and put them in your bag. And tomorrow, you will be glad and thankful, but you will also be disappointed." So he did. The cowboy got off his horse, went over to the riverbed, and took his bag with him, and gathered up some rocks and pebbles and whatever, and put them in his bag, and got back on his horse, and continued his journey. Got to his campsite, went to sleep and everything. In the morning, when he woke up, he checked his bag and he saw that all of the pebbles and rocks that he had picked up had turned into diamonds and jewels. And he thought to himself, oh, I'm glad, I'm happy, because look what I've got. But I'm also very sad and disappointed, because why didn't I get more? Why didn't I grab all the rocks and pebbles I could, right? That's exactly where we're at right now. With Nui Social, we are at a moment where it doesn't look like, it might be worth very much. Call a coin, right? We're saying it's worth about 2 cents, right? We believe it could be worth much more than that. We're hopeful, but right now, just little rocks, right? Seems like. But I can promise you, come next year, 2019, after you hear announcements that are coming out, after things start happening, once Kala gets on the public exchanges and all that stuff, we will be like, why didn't I get more? Why didn't I get more? Oh my goodness. We'll be happy for what we got, but we'll be like, I could have got more. I could have, done one little thing more. I could have gotten on core and done more activities on core and gotten more points. I could have done more. I could have, not gone out to eat one night and bought another extra $50 worth of Giga Hash. I could have. Okay, think about that, guys. Think about that. All right. So today I have prepped a presentation that I believe is semi-official now. So it's based on, this is one that Casey and Jim, our Keystone distributors, sent. I added just a few little things in there to kind of clarify some things, but I think this will be really good to send out to new prospects, people that are wondering what we're doing right now. And of course, as new things come out and new announcements are made, we'll enhance it, we'll make it better. But for now, I believe this will give us the idea what we're doing and why it's so important to get involved with Nui right now. Okay, so let me share my screen. All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me today. So glad that you decided to come take a look at Nui Social and what it's all about and why we say Nui is blockchain. Right? What does that mean? What is blockchain? What is that even? What is that all about? Isn't blockchain just isn't it like, oh, I don't know, something like cryptocurrency or something like that? No, it is not. It's much more than that. And for some reason, my slide is not advancing here. So let me see what's going on. Let me try doing this a different way. We'll escape from that and we will say this instead. Okay. Share screen again. Okay, let's see if this will work better. Okay, so Nui is blockchain, right? But what is blockchain? Is it necessarily just cryptocurrency? Nope, much more than that. We're going to talk about why. So in Nui Social, we have a few things. We have Nui Social, which is the affiliate program for several of the different products that are available from sister companies, Symmetry and Mintage Mining and CompChain. So there's different products coming from Nui Premier, from CerberX, all of that. There's several different ways to get involved, but today we're going to just talk about Nui Social itself, okay? And why Nui Social is a great way to start having some residual income, start changing your lifestyle a little bit, and we're going to see why. Okay, so Nui is blockchain because it's everything to do with it, right? At Nui, they provide education, which is the key component, right? We need to understand exactly what we're talking about. What is a blockchain? What's the history of it? Why is it benefiting people? Why are big giant companies so interested in it? What are they excited about? What is mining? How does that work? How does that benefit us? What's an initial coin offering? How does blockchain technology work? All of that is available with the Nui education program. Okay, so we need to be prepared for what's coming, because it's coming in a big way. This is a new revolution. It's going to be as big, if not bigger, than the internet. And when people got electricity in their homes, right, that kind of stuff. Blockchain is going to be big. It's going to affect us in a lot of ways. Now, if you go and look on the New Education website, you can actually see blockchain in the news, right? You can see what's going on. You can see how it's changing. And this is like every day. Look at this. December 19th. Can blockchain break shackles of modern slavery affecting 40 million people? How about this? Another December 19th one. The Korean government pilots blockchain for logistics innovation. How about December 18th? Facebook, right? Blockchain is booming. Even though the crypto is going down in value, blockchain itself is going up. Okay, Facebook aggressively hiring blockchain developers. Right, blockchain and crypto industry predictions. Countries finally outgrowing their fear of blockchain. All these things. There's even more. Right, let's look at this next one. Samsung developing its own blockchain phone. What? Right? Facebook is hiring talent for new company roles with blockchain. The IMC chief says massive disruption from crypto will give fiat a run for its money. Ha ha ha, punny. Right? I mean, there's just all these things. 10 cryptocurrency gifts for the Bitcoin fanatic in your life. All kinds of ways that blockchain is actually taking over the world. Okay. Now we understand blockchain is, it's Bitcoin, right? That's what we all think. Most people think, right? But it's so much more than that. Blockchain, if you really want to understand it, think of it like the operating system on your computer, right? Whether you're running Windows or Mac OS, or maybe your phone platform, right? You're running iOS on your iPhone, or you're running Android on your Galaxy phone. So that's the operating system. That's what blockchain is. And then cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is just an app, right, on there. So it's like having Microsoft Word, or it's like having your Facebook app on your phone. So that's how it works. So don't confuse blockchain with the crypto. Now, crypto is just one thing, one application you can do on blockchain. It's so much more than that. Okay, and that's what's cool, is that it allows companies like Nui Social to take advantage of this new trend, this new tendency, this new big push, right, revolution that's going to happen, and take advantage, okay, and monetize it. Now, let's look at a history of Bitcoin, because what we're doing basically with Nui Social is we're talking about our new cryptocurrency that's based on Bitcoin, called Kala, right? But to understand Kala, we need to understand the history of Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin back in 2009, that's when it first started working. Okay, that was when it was first introduced, and from January 2009 to March 2010, so a little over a year, Bitcoin was worth basically nothing. Okay, like zero, right? There were no exchanges, there were no markets, right? Users were mainly cryptography fans who were sending Bitcoins for hobby purposes. That's it, right? There was like zero value there. Okay. In fact, in March 2010, there was a user, his name was Smoke Too Much, and he auctioned 10,000 Bitcoin for $50, and no buyer was found. Nobody wanted to buy his Bitcoin for $50, right? So now, today, we would go, holy cow, I would have bought 10,000 Bitcoin for $50. Absolutely, right? Because we know, hindsight, right? Oh my goodness. How crazy. But, hey, it was worth nothing back then. But then in March 2010, there was a BitcoinMarket.com exchange that launched, and they started operating. And Bitcoin was selling for a third of a cent. Okay, 0.003 cents. Not very much. Okay. Well, then in May of 2010, still less than a penny. Okay. But on that May 22nd, a guy named Laszlo Heinrich, something like that, made the first real world transaction by buying 2 pizzas in Jacksonville, Florida for 10,000 Bitcoin. Okay, that was the first purchase. Pizza, 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. How much is 10,000 Bitcoin today? Woof. A lot of money, right? Millions. So, yeah, that's a very expensive pizza. Then in July 2010, there was it increased. It went up to 8 cents. Holy cow, right? So in 5 days, just in 5 days, the price grew 900%, rising from 0.008 cents to 8 cents. 0.08, right? For 1 Bitcoin. Wow, 900%. That's awesome. Then October 2010, it went to 0.125. In other words, it surpassed 10 cents, right, for the first time. Okay. Then in February 2011 to April 2011, approximately, Bitcoin increased to $1, right? So the following year, it went all the way to $1. Okay. Then in July, so July after that, it went from $1 all the way to $31. Wow, right? That's just a few months. That's like 3, 4 months. It went from $1 to $31. That was the first bubble. Okay, followed by the first price drop. Right. Then by December 2011, it was down to 2. Okay, went from 31 all the way back down to 2. After a few months, but then from over the whole next year, 2012, it slowly increased up to 13. Okay, $13. But then in 2013, it went crazy, right? It went another rally. It went all the way up to $266. Okay, where the value was growing by 5 to 10% daily. Incredible. Look at that, from 13 all the way to 266. Wow. And then in May, it dropped, right? Went back down to 130. So it was basically stable again, slowly rising. Then in June 2013, it went down to 100, and it went down to 70, but then it went up to 110. And then, let's see. Oh, you know what? I skipped one here. There was a point where it went to 1,000. So the beginning of 2014, it actually went all the way up to $1,000, but then it dropped to 500 because China banned BTC in March 2014. But then we know the rest of the story, right? After that, in October 2016, it got to $2,000. And then it went on this rally all the way through December 2017, where it got all the way up to $20,000. It went on this explosion, right? And then we know from there it kind of went down, and anyway. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see what Bitcoin has done and how that can affect us when we're dealing with our new coin called Kala, right? So Kala coin, everything we're doing at Nui is Kala coin driven. Why Kala? Well, there's a lot of reasons, right? Why we think Kala is basically the next Bitcoin, right? Why it's there's lots of coins out there, but what gives coin a value? What gives it an intrinsic value? There's got to be more to it than just the fact that I can send money from one person to the other without a central entity, right? Without a third party, which is cool. It's cool and all, and that's why Bitcoin is a thing, and it will always be a thing. But what if you could actually give a coin some intrinsic value? What if you could, say, oh, yes, there's more to the coin because of the way the blockchain is being used and some of these other, things that are happening on the blockchain, producing value there, and how we mine it. What about being able to spend it, right? What about, because the problem with Bitcoin is that you have to exchange it, right? Not very many places actually take Bitcoin as payment. Now there's talk, right, that there's going to be more, but for right now, it's limited. It's very limited who accepts Bitcoin as payment. So what if you had a way to very easily obtain your coin and a way to very easily spend your coin? Wouldn't that make it more attractive? Wouldn't that make it more, something of value? Of course it would. So that's why Kala is an enhancement, right, of what Bitcoin did. Now we're grateful to Bitcoin and everything, their vision and stuff. They kind of set the trajectory and kind of got things going. But now there's some improvement, right? So Kala, one of the reasons why it's so awesome is because you can earn it by completing tasks inside the Revolutionary Core platform and through traditional crypto mining. So there's two ways to get it, right? You can do the traditional mining, or you can actually do activities and earn it. Okay. It also is part of an entire ecosystem, right? So Symmetry put this together. They've got the Core and Reach marketplace, right? So Core is where you earn it, and Reach is where you can spend it. That's kind of interesting. It's a fork of Bitcoin, right? So it's based on the same SHA-256 technology that Bitcoin is based on. So it's very stable, it's very sure, very secure. Okay. And can be very effective. It's also, as I mentioned, it's both a proof of effort, which is where you do the activities that earn you Kala, and proof of work, which is where you have gigahash or Kala or terahash, which does the verification process on the blockchain, right? So you can get it by both of those. So anyone that has internet can earn it or and mine it. Okay. And of course, it's never been easier to earn and use a reliable, trusted cryptocurrency, right? So that's why Kala is so desirable. That's why we want to get it, because we believe that, just like Bitcoin, started out at nothing and went through its whole history of ups and downs and everything, we believe Kala will do the same thing, right? But I don't think it'll take as long because they're doing it the right way. So here's the life cycle of a coin, right? How do you make sure that your coin is actually worth something? Well, first of all, you got to define the market, right? You've got to make sure that there's people that would be interested in using your coin. Then you create the code, right? So they created the code back in May of 2018. They defined it. They said, yes, we are a fork of Bitcoin. We're going to do the 21 billion total supply of Kala. And then they issued the Kala to the users, right, back at the beginning of the year. Then they started the whole crypto mining in action thing, right? So, they started selling the actual rigs, the computers that do the crypto verification or the blockchain verification process. And those rigs started mining in July. And then the whole network continued to grow and pushing towards trying to get to a target hash power threshold, 40 petahash. Then the next step was coin integration, right? So now you've got that all set up. Now you have a wallet, right? Because that's how you trade your coins, is you have a wallet where you keep them and you can send them and receive them and everything. Then you got a place to actually convert those coins into Bitcoin, so you can actually convert that into dollars. Okay, and so that's happening with the Kala listings. Currently, we're testing that out, and then of course, Symmetry Partners will implement Kala for membership fees, for product purchases, for commission payouts, and all kinds of things like that, right? And then, of course, there's going to be more implementation and integration in 2019. And then the next goal is to have it be accepted on a public exchange, okay? So we're on track for mid-2019 to be accepted onto an exchange. And once it's on an exchange, holy cow, then it can go crazy. And then, of course, from there, having merchants involved, right, where you actually have real businesses wanting to build their blockchains on the Kala network. That's cool. So there's some real use going on there. It gives it real value. And implementing Reach Marketplace, where you can actually buy all kinds of goods and services with Kala. And then, of course, many other Kala use cases, right? So they're doing it the right way. They're making sure that Kala can be more stable and be more solid and everything. And obviously, if there's more use case and everything, then there's going to be more demand. And if there's more demand, then obviously value can increase. Okay, so we don't know what the value will be. We don't know how fast. We don't know, just like Bitcoin, it was all over the place. Kala will, not be quite as bad as that, but it will have its ups and downs as well, right? It could be more, it could be less. We don't know. But the point is, if you create an ecosystem, if you have an infrastructure, if you have a way that's easy for people to mine it, and you have a way that's easy to spend it, then it will be definitely something of value. Okay, so here's the milestones. So what have they done? We just talked about this. The initial coin offering was done. Mining started. The code was finalized. They issued the Kala. People began mining the Kala. They continued to sell the rigs. The network started in June. Then they launched the wallets in July. Kala listings just recently launched to a few people to test it out right now, and we finally launched in January. Then the next goal is to get the full 40 petahash of power of mining. Then you've got Kala integration throughout 2019, and then of course getting on the exchange. Okay. So here's Kala listings. This is what it looks like. So Kala listings is way cool. I've been playing with it. It's beautiful. It's easy to use. They do what they call KYC, which is know your customer. So you can be guaranteed that you're working with a real person, not a scammer, right? Not someone that's trying to, to just steal your Kalas away. They verify. They verify who you are. They check and make sure that you're a real person, right? And then you can list your Kala for sale, and somebody that might be interested in buying it will send Bitcoin and purchase it from you. It's all automated. It's cool. So Kala listings is beautiful, very fun, and we'll be seeing that in January. Everybody will get to have access to it and start playing with it and selling and buying and everything. So that's fun. So what are we here for? We're here for creating a lifestyle, right? That's what this is all about. So our goal is to have people be educated about blockchain and crypto and everything else. We're going to provide mining opportunities. We're going to talk about team building and earning commissions, because the idea behind being part of NUI is that we're going to take these amazing products, amazing opportunity, right, of blockchain, and we're going to figure out how to monetize that. We're going to figure out how to be entrepreneurs, how to be individuals that are business owners, asset owners, smart asset or smart investors, right? And be able to have that extra income that we need to enhance our lifestyle and have enough at retirement so that we don't have to depend on the government or anybody else, right? That's what we're doing. So what's in it for you, right? That's the question. So first thing we need to understand is, why should we collect coins instead of buying coins, right? If you've been involved at all with crypto, you know that the background of Bitcoin, it's all over the place. It's up and down. And so that's the risk, right? Is if you're just buying the coins, is that the smartest way to do it? Well, we're going to see the difference. So if you bought a coin for $100, okay, and over the course of a year, it went down, it went up, then it went down again, and everything. Well, at the end of the year, let's say its value dropped to just 50, so cut in half. Well, you basically lost $50, right, in value. So you still only have one coin, right? But if you're collecting coins, right, by purchasing hash rate or being part of mining, then here's what could happen, right? So over the course of the year, the value it might go up or down, right? We don't know. But let's say it went down. Let's say it went down to 50. However, because you bought mining power, you were able to mine 15 coins, okay? And so at the end of the year, even though the value went down, what you spent, okay, with mining everything, well, you subtract out your mining costs, you actually end up winning, right? Because you have 15 coins at $50 value. So that's $750 minus your mining cost of $360. Well, you still came out ahead, because now you have 390. So that's the idea of why we talk about being a Nui coin collector, is because we want to collect the coins over time. The idea is not to, get your Kala and immediately convert it into dollars, and spend it. No, we want to collect it. This is an asset. This is something kind of like if you were to, get some gold, right? Or whatever you're talking about with the idea of you're trying to provide for the future, right? And so that's what we're doing. We're collecting coins with the hope that over time, it will be an asset, right? So how do we do that? Well, we offer what we call gigahash contracts. Okay, so in Nui, you can be a Nui coin collector for only $50, right? That's really awesome. Okay, just $50 to get started. So how does it work? Well, you can join or you can purchase mining contracts for as little as $50. There's $100 one, there's a $500, there's $1,000. And what it does is it allows you to be involved with mining without having to do what they did back in the Bitcoin days, right? Back in 2009, 2010, where you had to install stuff on your computer and you had to, basically understand technology, right? And figure out how it all works and stuff is very complicated. Set up your own stuff. But here, with Kala mining, you don't have to do that, right? You can get the mining contracts and they handle it all for you. Okay. Now you do have to. There's a monthly service fee because you got to help cover the cost of electricity and all that stuff, right? And internet costs and things. But at the end of the day, you're collecting coins, and the value you're getting from it is way more than what the cost is. So then you just pick. You just pick which one is best for you, whether it's 50, 100, 500,000, or up to 4,000. Right? Or you can even get a rig itself, the actual machine, right? Because basically what we're doing here is we're saying, okay, if an actual Kala rig mining machine is $4,000, okay, plus shipping, what we're doing is we're saying, hey, you could actually have a piece of that, right? So for $1,000, you're getting 1/4 of a Kala rig, right? So that's why it's $1,000. And or you can get 1/8 of a Kala rig for 500, so on and so forth. So that's what you're doing. You're actually getting it's fractional, rigs, and you're just getting a piece of it. And all you have to do is cover the cost of maintenance. Okay. Now, here's the results that you get. So the results are, let's say you got a $50 gigahash agreement. Okay. So that will produce approximately 1,500 Kala per month. Now it can go up and down. Mining is not an exact science. Okay, it can some days pay out a little bit more, some days it'll pay out a little bit less. Just depends. But on average, about 1,500 Kala per month. Okay, so look at your what you're getting. So basically, if Kala was worth 2 cents, so let's just assume an average 2 cents of value on Kala. So you're basically getting $30. Okay, so in your first month, it's $30, and then of course your hosting is 15, right? So what did you got? Well, you basically you made $15, right? Because you got to subtract your 15 in hosting costs, so you made 15. So at the end of a year, you would have made $180. Okay, so you have $18,000 or 18,000 Kala, and so your cost of acquisition is a penny. All right, so basically, it's 3.6 times your initial purchase, right? So $50. So what if you did $100 in gigahash? Well, it's 3,000 Kala per month. Okay, so at 2 cents, that's $60 in earnings. Now you subtract out your hosting, which is $30. Okay, so it does go to 30 at $100 gigahash. And so basically you made $30 that month, or $360 in the year, okay, in Kala value, right? Now, obviously we don't want to sell your Kala yet, because that's not what we're doing. We're collecting Kala right now. Then of course, if you increase it, you actually get better results. Why? Well, because the hosting fee is it's not just an even $15 for every $50 that you do. No, the more gigahash you get, the hosting fee actually goes down, right? Well, it's not down, but it's less what you have to add on there. So on a $500 gigahash, you're getting 15,000 kala per month, but your hosting fee is only 42 because you have a base of 30, but then it only goes up $3 for every 50 after that. So wow, now you're earning. Now you actually got $258 a month, or $3,000 in kala at the end of the year, 180,000 kalas. So your cost of acquisition is only half a cent, right? And then same thing with $1,000 a gigahash. Look at that. Your hosting is only $57. It's very reasonable, and you're getting 360,000 kalas in the year. So if you want to say, oh, how do I make an extra $500 a month? Well, it's very simple. You get to $1,000 worth of gigahash, right? And that's going to produce approximately $543 a month in value. Okay. Now, of course, it could be more than that, could be less, just depending on what Kala does, but that's an average, right? That's an idea of why this is such a good idea. Okay. So what happens if it were 4 cents, right? Here's a little sort of playing with the numbers a little bit. You got, okay, at 4 cents, you actually, on $1,000 one, right? At the end of the year, you actually got $14,000 worth. Holy cow! So $1,000 purchase, right? Minus the the hosting and everything. It's $14,000 in Kala at 4 cents. So pretty fun. Okay. Now, what if you do the 4 terahash, right? The 4 terahash, the full-on rig, $4,000 worth. Okay. Here's what it looks like. It costs $4,000 for the rig. It costs for the terahash contract. It costs $1,380 for hosting. So a total of $5,380 in total cost for the year. At the end of the year, you would have 440,000 kalas, and at 2 cents, that would be $28,000. At 4 cents, $57,000. At 10 cents, it would be $144,000. Okay, so you just look at that and go, oh, okay, so $5,000 purchase, and the potential in kala. This is depending on the value. This is what it would end up being at 2 cents, 28, 4 cents, 57, or at 10 cents, $144,000 worth of kala. Pretty amazing. Okay, so that's the product. That's the product itself. That's why we're so excited about what Nui has to offer, because just the product itself is amazing. The product itself is so good. Okay, but let's assume we want to accelerate that. Let's assume we want to actually treat this as a business and build out a team and actually earn commissions. Okay, so obviously you must be a Nui member to participate, right? So from now through January 31st, here's the amazing thing: you can actually join for free. Yep, totally free, right? Membership right now is being waived. So you can join for free and then just decide which gigahash product you want to purchase, the 50, the 100, the 500, the 1,000, whatever, and that makes you commission active. Okay, so you have your own home-based business based on blockchain and crypto and a cool new coin called Kala and everything. It's totally free to join. Right, and you can get started for as little as $50 one time and pay your $15 a month, and that's it. You never have to go more than that if you don't want to. Okay, and you can. Obviously, it's to your benefit if you can. Obviously, we totally recommend it. But if you want to just stay at 50, great. If you want to give that away as a Christmas present or birthday present to somebody, great, right? And then now, next thing you know, you're commission active. You can now do this as a business with no forced ownership. Okay, you're completely commission active. From there, it's just a matter of spreading the word, talking to people about it, getting out there. Because then, here's the thing: on February 1st, the new annual membership starts, and it's $50 paid in Kala. So from now, basically the next 45 days, it's totally free. No $50 annual membership or anything. But starting February 1st, it will go to $50, and you got to pay that in Kala, right? That's on purpose because new members will need to purchase from Kala owners, right? So those of us that have Kala will then sell some of our Kala to new people coming in so they can join. Okay, so here's a really cool incentive. Okay, so for new members that purchase a $100 GigaHash contract, Nui is going to waive that annual renewal fee as long as they maintain their hosting, right? So if you're joining right now for free and you buy $100 worth of GigaHash, okay, and you maintain that $30 a month hosting fee, you will never have to pay that $50 annual fee, okay, or membership. For existing members, those of us that already are in and came in as paid members previously, we can, as long as we maintain $50 worth of GigaHash, so $50 is $15 a month, remember, of hosting, then they will also waive the annual renewal fee, right? So it's awesome. We basically never have to pay the annual. That's like saying you got Amazon Prime for free as long as you maintain your as long as you participate with whatever they're doing on Amazon, right? So it's kind of like that. So that's really, really cool. Okay. Now, so here's a new member strategy, right? Let's say you're wanting to do this as a business and you're planning on bringing in some people. Okay. So here's what you would do. You would say, hey, I'm going to purchase GigaHash based on how many people I'm going to enroll, right? So if I plan on enrolling one person in February, then I would want to get $100 worth of GigaHash because we know that that produces 3,000 Kala, and at 2 cents, $50 membership is basically 2,500 Kala, right? So at 500 GigaHash, we'd have enough Kala to enroll 6 members. At 1,000 gigahertz, we have enough to enroll 12 members. Okay, so you just then sell Kala to the new members to reduce your cost. Okay, so here's kind of how that works. So if you're looking, if you buy $50 worth, then your total is going to be $65. You're going to have 1,500 Kala in your first 30 days, and it costs you $65. Then after that, you're going to keep getting 1,500 Kala every month, approximately. Right, that could fluctuate, and your cost is only $15. Right, but if you got 100, okay, and then your total cost is 130. Your monthly is $30 for the mining fee, right? Now, if you took from that first 3,000 Kala that you bought or that you got from your mining, you could sell that. You could sell 2,500 of it to the new member, right, and recoup some of your costs. And of course, then from there, you're going to keep getting 3,000 Kala every single month, and it's only costing you 30. Now, say you did 500. Well, obviously, you're going to get 15,000 Kala, right? As your mining fee is only $42. So you can sell 15,000 Kala to 6 new members, recoup some of your costs there, right? And then keep getting 15,000 Kala every single month, and it's only costing you $42 every month. Or on the 1,000, you're getting 30,000 Kala. Your mining is only $57. It's very, very reasonable. You can sell that 30,000 Kala to 12 new members, recoup some of your costs, and then, of course, from then on forward, you're going to get 30,000 Kala approximately every month, and it's only costing you $57 in hosting. Okay, so here's phase 1. Here's the plan. Right now, we're going to enroll for free. Right, get people going, get them in for free. They're going to get a Kala hash rate agreement. They're going to be commission active from now until January 30th. That's how it's going to work. Okay. And at some point in January, they're going to open up the peer-to-peer, the marketplace, the Kala listings, where you can actually sell some of your Kala, right, in preparation for February 1st and being able to have people enroll for $50 worth of Kala. Now, right now, we've got a beta test of the Kala listings going on, right? It's in progress. So we're on there, we're testing it. There's a few of us, there's 40 of us that are testing that out right now, getting ready for when they open it up to everybody in January, right? Now, Here's what you need to do. Starting right now, step one is to register for free, get into Nui, and open a Kala wallet, right? Those two things, okay? Then, step two, purchase a $50 to $100 gigahash contract or 4,000 terahash if you want, which then makes you commission active. And then you're going to either save your Kala or you're going to sell your Kala to your new members, right? And then you start over, right? Just keep registering new people, getting more gigahash as you can, and all that. Okay. Phase two, from February 1st on, okay, the only way to become a new member is with Kala, right? So you either have to purchase it from your sponsor or get it on the peer-to-peer Kala listings. So Kala enrollment, February 1st, step one. You will enroll with Kala. Got to pay your $50 worth of Kala. Then, so basically, you're going to sell your Kala to your new member, right? Either privately or through the peer-to-peer. Then you're going to have them purchase $50 or up to $1,000 cash rate or terahash. And then, of course, they're going to be commission active and so on. Then they repeat that with their people. Okay, that's how it works. So here's an important thing. This is how you get paid commissions, right? So the idea here is that we're inviting new people to join us because we want to earn money, right? We want to make some money. We want to have residual income coming in. So we'll have obviously what we're getting from the mining, right? We'll keep getting that for the rest of our lives, but also actual now money, right? Because the Kala, that's collecting, right? We're collecting the coins. That's long-term strategy. But for short-term strategy, to pay your bills, right? You want to do this, which is where you get paid weekly. So everything that happens here gets paid out on Fridays, every Friday. So what happens the week before gets paid out the following Friday. So let's say somebody buys a $50 Kala gigahash, okay, which is going to pay them approximately $1,500 Kala per month. Well, it's going to pay you as their sponsor $5. Right, so $5 every single time they buy at least $50. Basically, it's just 10%. Right, so if they buy 100, you're going to get $10. If they buy 500, you're going to get 50. If they buy 1,000, you're going to get 100. Okay, so and then it's also going to put money onto what we call the matrix, right, which is the team building structure. And that, of course, gets paid out in 10 levels, right? So they divide that up and pays 30 cents for each level, or 60 cents for each level, or $3 for each level, or $60 for each level. Okay. And then, of course, the hosting also is going to pay out, right? So if they're paying their $15 hosting fee every single month, then that means that you're going to get a $5 commission every time they pay their hosting. And it's also going to pay a $2.50 commission up the matrix, which is 10 levels. So it pays 25 cents per level. Okay. Now, the key to this, and this is what makes Nui so amazing, is that your break-even point is with three. Okay. Three people. Now, most network marketing companies that I know of, that it's really hard, because if you're selling some kind of a product, a juice or a weight loss or something, it takes many members, anywhere from 20 to 100 people on your team before you actually break even on the residual side. Right now, you can definitely break even if you're selling, if you're out there selling stuff, but on the residual income side, to actually break even, it takes a lot of people. Okay, but here at Nui, it's three, right? With three, it's better than free. Why? Because you're making the $5 per, and you're making the 25 cents on the matrix side. So you're actually you're making more money than you have to spend on your own hosting. So with three, it's better than free. And the same thing on the $10 or the $100. It actually, it's $30 for the hosting. But as long as you have three people, right, then your commissions are more than what you would spend. So you're earning $10 per person plus the 50 cents in the matrix. So you earn more than the $30 that it costs to cover your monthly hosting. So it's awesome, right? Then, of course, from there, the idea is that You're always going to be able to cover the base, the $30. But if you're, doing 500 or 1,000 gig of hash, and how much color you're getting per month, and it's minimal, right? You're only going up $12. You're only going up $27. So at that point, you can pretty much cover that yourself. Okay. But at least if you're just getting started, with 3, you're better than free, which is awesome. Okay. Now we're going to see how this works because it's important to understand. Okay. And so, of course, you're actually making money from what you're getting in Kala, right? You're getting, enough money to cover your base fee if you got 3 people, and then of course, all that you have to pay extra is just that extra 12 or 27. Okay. Now here's how it works. Here's the matrix or the team building structure. Now let's say you join and you now decide to bring in 3 new people onto your team, right? So there they are, 3 individuals that you just brought on, and that fills up your first level, okay? And then, of course, they are going to say, hey, this is cool. I'm going to share it with my friends and family, and they're going to go and they're going to enroll some people as well, right? And so it starts to fill in, okay? So this matrix, now there's 9 spots on the second level, and you can see, oh wow, yeah. So I've got my team members and they're working and they're filling this in. And so then of course you're going to go get more people. You're going to get a 4th person and a 5th person and a 6th person, and that's going to fill in. And of course now person, number 1, 2, and 3 are happy because you just gave them some spillover, right? You just helped them out. Okay. Well, then of course you're going to keep going. You're going to put in number 7, number 8, so on. And then, of course, that now takes us to level 3, where there's 27 people, and you're going to keep enrolling people. They're going to keep enrolling people. You're going to put in, number 9 and 10, and everybody else is working, bringing in some people. And it gets really exciting because now you've got this whole group of people. They're all getting gigahash. They're all doing core activities or whatever they're doing, and it's producing money, right? And then, of course, this goes down 10 levels deep, which the total on that then is 88,572 people that are working and earning, and you're benefiting from everybody's work. Okay. So that's pretty cool. So it's a leveraged, working together to make sure everybody succeeds kind of thing, because you're providing people for them, they're providing people for their people, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, here's the one thing we have to understand: that this comp plan is not socialistic, it's synergistic. In other words, you can't just come in and wait for your upline to do everything, right? The person that your sponsor, if they came in and they put in 3 people here, right? And then they came in and they put in more people on your second level, and you're just thinking, haha, cool, I'm just going to earn all this money, and not do anything. It doesn't work that way, right? That's not how it happens. You can get helped, but you've got to do your part. So what is your part? Well, your part is that you have to actually bring people to the table as well. So if you enroll your first person, now it unlocks level number 1. Now you get to earn commissions from those 3 people. Okay. And then, of course, what it did was it created some spillover for this guy. And now he's happy because he just got an extra guy. But guess what? Now you're not earning on this second level. What do you got to do? That's right. You've got to enroll a second person, right? You've got to help. You've got to do your part. You've got to help this person by creating some spillover for them. And now you've unlocked your second level, and you get to earn money off of everything that level is doing. Okay. Same thing. Third level, right? All these guys are going to start working. They're going to start enrolling some people. And what happens? Well, you say, I'm not earning money on level 3. I better do something. You enroll person number 3, and now you get to earn off of level 3. And you've helped out. You helped this guy, with his third level, okay, or with his third person. Okay, and then so on and so forth down all 10 levels, right? You just keep enrolling. You enroll a 4th person, a 5th person, a 6th person, all the way down 10 levels. And now you are able to earn commissions on all 10 levels of your matrix. And you've created spillover for all these people. Now they're all happy. They're excited. It's a synergistic. It's amazing how this plan works. Okay. So here's the goal for 2019. right? We've got new ranks that we can actually achieve. So the NUI ranks, starting in 2019 in February, when our new membership starts at $50. Here's how you can advance in the ranks. So the first rank is called Rockstar. Now the reason for that is because in when we're dealing with Kala, we're not talking about a return on an investment. We're talking about a return on Kala. Okay, so ROK. ROK is return on Kala. So we are rock stars. And to do that is when we get 3 pen memberships. So when we first enroll our first 3 people, okay, then we are now a rock star. All right. Then once we help those 3 get 3, now we're a manager. Okay. So that would be the next goal. Then, of course, we want to get 10 in our pen, right, in our personal enrollment network. So once we've enrolled 10 people and we're earning $500 a month at that point, then we are an executive. Okay. Then, of course, the next goal is to start earning from $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Okay, so we're a director. So we're a director 1K, a director 2K, so on and so forth. Director 3K. You got to have 10 in the pen, and then when you're making 2,000 a month, you're a director 2K. When you're making 3,000 a month, you're a director 3K, so on and so forth. Then, once you get to 10,000 a month, okay, so then you're a founder. So you have 10 in the pen, you've got things going on 10 levels deep in your matrix, and making $10,000 a month. Now you're a founder. Okay. Then from there, the next goal would be to make 250,000 a year. Then you're a presidential, and then the last one is once you're making $1 million a year, you are an ambassador. Okay. So, my friends, let's get the word out. Let's start talking to everybody. Let's take advantage of this next little bit, next 45 days, where we can enroll people for free, where we can open up our 10 levels, right? That's the goal. Get 10 tier qualified. It's the easiest thing you could ever do right now. Just go get free members and build that out. Be ready for when February 1st hits and the price goes to 50. We'll be ready. We'll already have our 10. We'll be rocking and rolling. We will be rock stars, and it's going to be fun. So get back to the person who invited you to watch this, and let's have an amazing 2019. With that, I'll let you get back to whatever you're doing. Thanks so much. We'll see you on the next one.